Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Lego Mandalorian here, and today I'm going to showcase every Harry Potter Hogwarts professor that came out in 2018. So right here is Albus Dumbledore. Now this version of Dumbledore comes in the $100 Hogwarts Castle. So unlike the other Dumbledore that I'm about to show you, this one comes in red and gold robes, which is basically for the it's like what the original actor of Dumbledore in the movies wore, and then like once I think he died, then they had to replace him, and then the next Dumbledore, is wearing different robes. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, you got it's like kind of like gold stripes coming down on him. So then also this is a new hairpiece. At least I think it is. But like it's new for me. So then you can also see Dumbledore has a double-sided face that if we take this, we can flip it around. Okay, so then that's him without glasses. So you can choose whether you want him to have glasses or not. But then he's also got this wand. It's kind of like a light brown color. I think there's about like six-ish wand colors. So I mean I can check, but yeah. So that's about all to say about him. So let's move on to the next Dumbledore. So right here is the second Dumbledore. So this one, yeah, is obviously wearing a different outfit, and not only that, but he comes with the pensieve, which is from the Half-Blood Prince. So he's also wearing a fez, which wasn't, which the other Dumbledore wasn't wearing. Then he also has this leg piece, which is more like just to show that he has droopy robes. So then also like instead of gold down like his like red robes, now he has silver down his blue robes. So he's got like the same he has like the same beard. So actually technically not so this beard actually has he's got like it tied, which is different from this one. So same wand obviously. So yeah, there's the robes are pretty similar, like long and droopy. So nothing else to say about him, so let's move on to Professor Quirrell. So here we have Professor Quirrell. Now, Professor Quirrell is the very first Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher that was seen in the books. So as you can see, the most obvious part of his appearance is his turban, which is a new piece. We actually haven't really seen any turbans in quite a while in LEGO. And then also, he's got the double-sided face of Voldemort, which is why he wore the turban in the first place. So, then also, his face does look a bit generic, aside for the fact that, he looks kind of nervous, which that's kind of how he is, in the books and movie. So then, he's also got just a regular, brown wand. Now, like, he seems to be wearing, like, a pretty ordinary, suit and tie, along with, like, a purple robe-ish thing that he's got, hanging around him. But his back printing is pretty simple. Nothing too much that stands about him. But also, my problem is, like, he doesn't really have any printed legs. I mean, he doesn't really need them entirely, but I think it would have been nice if they would have added some. So, next we're going to move on to Professor Lupin. So here is Professor Lupin. Now, Professor Lupin is the third Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher at Hogwarts. So also, as if you've seen the books or movies, he is technically a werewolf. So now the reason why he's actually got these torn robes is because he's really poor and it's hard for him to get a job, which is why he came to Hogwarts. So also, I just gotta say that this is my favorite version of Lupin. I think there's only 3 versions, but his hair is way more accurate than like the 2011 version. I'll put a picture of it up right now. It's just like way too inaccurate. His facial appearance is definitely improved. He's got the briefcase, which is it's kind of it shows like when they went into his compartment in Hogwarts Express. Hermione read his bag to find out what his name is. So the back of his torso is nothing special, just what you'd expect. No leg printing as usual. Not what you'd expect. So next we're going to move on to Professor McGonagall. So here we have Professor McGonagall. Now Professor McGonagall is the transfiguration teacher of Hogwarts and is, in the books since the beginning. So she's got a black wand, which is actually pretty uncommon. I haven't had that many other people to have one. So also she's got these green robes, kind of similar to Dumbledore, kind of droopy. She's also got like this generic witch hat, which my problem with this hat is that, it doesn't have any hair. And the problem, like, why it doesn't have hair is because, you can see the head in the double-sided head in the back. I mean, like, the hat does hide it a bit, but I do kind of wish they would have added a hair mold, kind of like Dumbledore, like, with his fez. Because as you can see, not only is there a fez, but there's also hair there. So I kind of wish they would have done that. They've been using this hairpiece for not the hairpiece, but they've been using this witch hat for a long time now. I think it wouldn't be too hard to give it for them to add some hair in the back. But yeah, as you can see, the back printing is nothing special. I still don't know what these like dots are on the back, but not my favorite minifigure. So let's move on to Mad-Eye Moody. So this is Mad-Eye Moody, or you can call him Professor Moody, or you can actually use a second hairpiece that comes in the minifigure pack to make him Barty Crouch Jr., which I think that was actually pretty clever, because that's basically how we find out the plot twist of the Goblet of Fire is that Mad-Eye Moody's not Mad-Eye Moody, and he's actually a Death Eater. So I just wanted to say I think they did pretty well with the face print for Barty Crouch Jr. Obviously, he's also got the tongue that we see him licking himself for some reason a lot, but yeah, he's got like a generic hairpiece, but that's kind of expected because his hair's pretty simple. Mad-Eye Moody himself, I think they did a good job with him. His hairpiece is definitely improved. His face, his face looks a lot more accurate. I do love the fact that his torso print is super detailed. He's also got the Polyjuice potion, which is, what he takes. Barty Crouch Jr. takes an entire year. And one thing I like is that his leg printing, kind of coincides with his robes, and also one of his legs is silver, which shows, that he has, he's lost his leg. So his back printing, nothing special, pretty simple, but I do like that his leg printing goes all the way back, which Lego doesn't do that much. So yeah, I do think, Mad-Eye Moody or Barty Crouch Jr., he is like one of the best designed professors of them all. So next we're going to move on to Professor Flitwick. So here's Professor Flitwick. Now, if you didn't know, in the Goblet of Fire, they actually changed Professor Flitwick's appearance in the movies. In the books, it's way different. But this is like basically, this is Professor Flitwick from the Goblet of Fire. He got like his megaphone, and he's got like a tuxedo, I guess you could say. But yes, then he's also got his bow tie. He's definitely got this really cool new hairpiece. It kind of reminds me of Dwight Schrute from The Office. If you guys have ever seen that show, that's one of my favorite comedies of all time. But yes, I really do like his torso print, because I think it could be used in a lot of like I don't know how to say it, but a tuxedo can be used in a lot of Lego scenes that you could be building. So that's like one really good thing I like about it. There's no back printing, which I was kind of disappointing. They could have at least added something. But then one problem I have is that he's got these kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like robes, like a lot like some of the other minifigures we've seen, but they have it with actual claws, which I think is a bit odd. But that is my problem with him. His face print is pretty accurate. Got a generic wand. But yeah, he's definitely a pretty good minifigure. So we are going to move on to Professor Trelawney. So here's Professor Trelawney now. She is the divination teacher of Hogwarts, and she is like definitely the most insane, weird teacher of them all. So first off the bat, you can see she's got like a bandana on her head, along with like super long hair, which I don't really see how that can be used in any other situation except for her. But that's fine. She's got the huge glasses. The torso print is definitely pretty well detailed. It's also similar to Dumbledore, where it goes down the back. There's no back printing. One thing I do like about this minifigure is that the teacup and plate accessory is very well detailed, if you guys can see that. So that is one thing I like about it. You got a dark brown wand. Definitely a very unique minifigure. So let's move on to the final minifigure. So last but not least, we have Professor Snape. Now, Professor Snape is the potions teacher, one of the most well-known professors in all 7 Harry Potter books. So right off the bat, you can see he's got black robes, like purple shirt under it, which that's a pretty simple design. I do like that that it goes down to his legs, which gives it more detail. His face is definitely really accurate to the movie. His hair is super accurate. His back printing is pretty simple, but it's not really expected to be super detailed. He's got a black wand, which there's not that many people that have one, which is pretty cool. I've actually got every wand color there is, because I've got every set and every minifigure. But anyway, my only problem with him is I wish they would have added a cape, because I think it just is a lot more accurate, like if you see him in the movie or in the book. But yeah, I do think he's a very well detailed minifigure, and that is going to be it for this video. Alright guys, so that was all 9 professors from the 28 line of Hogwarts / Harry Potter / Fantastic Beasts professors from 2018. So anyway, if you like this video, you can give it a like. If you want to see more of this kind of content, you can subscribe and leave me your thoughts about the Hogwarts professors in the comments section below. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.